Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. Today we talk about the special economic zones. What are those and what impact are they expected to have on Jamaica? What impact are they expected to have on your life? We have with us the chairman of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, well-known businessman Metry, Seaga, and he'll be dealing with the issues that I will raise. We thank you so much for your company. Mr. Seaga, good to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
The special economic zones is a particular model used by countries like Singapore to great economic benefit. If you could outline for us, what are the main advantages of having these free zones?
Well, it's important to understand how it was born. In Jamaica, we had a free zone regime up to August 1st, 2016. And that the free zones have actually been, we have signed a treaty as Jamaica to state that we would not allow any further free zones in Jamaica. The World Trade Organization felt that it offered unfair advantages.
Yes.
So we transitioned into the special economic zone regime. Came into effect August 1st, as I said. And the transition has been slow, not as quickly as we would have liked it to have been, but we are almost there. The regulations are with in the government offices now, and we expect to have them finalized within the next 2 weeks. That's what we have been promised at any rate.
Yes.
A special economic zone is an area within which you can do business and get some special dispensations. For example, the income tax rate is lower than that if you weren't in the economic zone. The new regime allows you to export as if you are an exporter and as if the goods never came into Jamaica. You can import into the regular economy here in Jamaica without having to pay any additional duties if there is no manufacturing competition. So it's a new way of doing business. It's going to bring some players to the table in Jamaica that currently would not have come here. We are expecting to see a huge uptick in the manufacturing sector, in the BPO sector, in the services sector, in the shipping sector. We feel it's important to have as a part of our landscape in our economy.
Yeah. And how does this relate to the logistics-centered economy that the government has been talking about?
Well, you know, we've been talking about logistics hub, this logistics hub for a long time, and people have felt that it's a place. It's not, it's an initiative. Jamaica is blessed with location. We have a fantastic location between North and South America, and that allows us to be the gateway for goods and services moving through the region. It allows us to be a stopping point. It allows us to be a value-added point. It allows us really the opportunity to be a part of global business where we would not have previously been.
And tell us about some of the activities that are already taking place, because we're already doing things on the wharf.
Sure. You know, we have, I think, about six free zones operating now, or special economic zones operating now. And Kingston Wharves is one good example of it. We have the Montego Bay zone as well. These companies have recognized the importance of logistics and the importance of the special economic zone and what it can do for them. So the wharves have started the ball rolling. We have the Caenwood Economic Zone, which is a big project that we're working diligently on. Professor Gordon Shirley is the head of the enterprise team, and we work very closely with him. Both the CEO at the Special Economic Zone and myself sit on that team, and we're making good progress. So the Global Logistics Hub, to answer your question specifically, has been just a developing of a framework, What has been done to date through the previous government and this current government is we were laying the foundation for the logistics hub initiative really lays the foundation for special economic zones to operate within.
And for example, at the wharves, there'll be vehicles that reach the wharves that are not destined for Jamaica.
Correct.
They're really en route somewhere else.
Right, and more importantly, now they can stay. They can stay and have, people paid to start them and to move them and to clean them and the various other services.
Yes.
So that's really what a logistics scenario is. That's what a special economic zone is. What we do is bring raw materials in from somewhere else and either manufacture it or add value in some way.
That's right.
I'll give people an example so they understand.
Yes.
If we got, say, Nike to come to Jamaica, maybe they would send their boxes here. Maybe they wouldn't send boxes. Maybe they would have their boxes manufactured here and bought from the local market into the economic zone. They would send their shoes here, and maybe what we do is put the laces in and package them.
That's that.
That may be a value-added service that we add here. And then we distribute them to North America, to South America, to the places that we can get to easily.
Yes.
Another initiative that has started is the dredging of the harbor. That's going to make a significant difference to what is happening in our logistics portfolio.
And this is how international production has gone, where there are different elements that are done in different countries. So that today we don't talk about something being manufactured in Japan or manufactured in
parts of it are
Korea,
manufactured all over the
place.
Right.
And so Jamaica wants to have its share of that growing market, outsourcing. That's the way global production has gone, and the work of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority is to advance that. We're speaking to its chairman, Metry Seaga. He has more when we come back from this break. Welcome back. The chairman of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, Mr. Metry Seaga, is our guest. Mr. Seaga, tell us of the connection between the zone and the economy. One of the criticisms of free zones generally is that they operate as enclaves. They're not connected with the economy. The economy doesn't really get much from it. You have these people who get all of these tax incentives, and the view has been there's a net loss to the country. How would the special economic zones be different from that? And how, for example, can small business people who are not in the zone, who are not physically located there, benefit? Could they do subcontracts?
Absolutely. I think it's all of what you said that has been said is fair criticism. The free zones have operated without regulation for a very long time. There are over 183 free zones in Jamaica. That is a ridiculous
free zone companies.
183. Yeah, it's a very high number, ridiculously high number. And these companies have been operating without regulation for a long time. And when I say without regulation, obviously there's customs and there's the ministry, but without any direct authority over them.
Tell us of the kind of regulations that the authority would be bringing. What are some of the kinds of things that are really needed in terms of regulations? You have gone there.
We have a very extensive regulation document. We also have a very thick document that you have to fill out before you can become a member of the zone. We look at all of the different facets of your business, including your business plans, including your building drawings, including number of bathrooms you have,
See.
a host of things. Now listen,
Yeah.
we do not want to be additional regulation for just regulation's sake.
You know this.
But when we have a company like, say, Amazon coming to Jamaica, we need them to be comfortable that somebody is manning the gate, that somebody is ensuring that these things are in place. We have to make sure that when we go international and we go to big companies like the Amazons and the Nikes of this world,
Yes.
and we say to them, listen, here is a world-class regulator. Here is a world-class authority that is not only overseeing what happens, but so our role is regulation, our role is maintenance, and our role is investment. It is our duty to go out there and work with the JAMPROs of this world to make sure that we get the right investment pool here. But we don't want to just get any investment. So one of the things that we are doing is we have developed a program with the government of Singapore through the Singapore Economic Council. We have an immersion trip where we're taking 10 agencies and ministries to Singapore to actually go in and look at the best practices. We're actually going next month. We're going to look at the best practices. Singapore as an island is, as a country, is an entire economic zone. Right. But they haven't done it willy-nilly. They don't have one over here and one over here. If you are going into the electronics field, for example, you would go to a specific area. And if you're going into the BPO, you would go into a specific area. So what we're trying to do is model some of these things. After we go there and we learn what they're doing, they're coming back to Jamaica to do a series of 10 workshops within agencies and ministries, trying to get the government agencies to work as a joined-up government moving in the same directions. So this immersion trip is going to have the people at a very high level so that they can come back to Jamaica and sell the idea to the people that are in the field. Then they're going to come and meet with the people in the field and explain to them the systems that need to be put in place so that they can actually get these things happening. We expect within 12 to 18 months thereafter to have an investor out of that program actually developing a major free zone in Jamaica, or an economic zone, I should say.
To my question about the subcontracting, whether, you know,
Sure.
Regular people now can
absolutely
plug into that production network.
Absolutely. Two ways. One, as manufacturers and as producers in Jamaica, you can sell into the free zone, free of any duties. As purchasers, and I give you a prime example. If we have a free zone operator, let us say Sony decides to come to Jamaica and manufacture TVs here. Those TVs will be able to be sold into the local market as if they were a local product, simply because there is no competition for that product here. So local Jamaicans would benefit from lower priced televisions. If there is somebody manufacturing televisions here, then obviously they would be barred from doing that as direct competition. So things like motor vehicles. We have a company right now in the economic zone that's far advanced with negotiations on manufacturing cars in Jamaica. Now, they may not manufacture it from scratch as is done in Japan, but they would certainly do a lot of assembly here. We actually have some of the vehicles here now, and it's a program we're working towards. We're just trying to finalize the financing. But Jamaicans would be able to get cars at that rate at significantly lower prices. So not only from an economic point of view in business, but actually from the things we're able to purchase.
So consumers will benefit from these zones.
That is the intention, yes.
Because they will get goods and services
if we get the right mix,
price.
if we get the right mix of people and the right mix of products. So what we're looking for is non-competing things now. So we don't want people that are manufacturing beer, for example, because we have a very mature beer market in Jamaica.
And people know you as an ardent manufacturer was always stood out for the interests of the Jamaican manufacturers. That's one thing people know about Metry Seaga. So you wouldn't allow that.
That's not going to change. And I mean, that's certainly not the direction the government is going in. What we're trying to do is we're trying to grow the economy. And the special economic zone is just another facet of that incorporates, it gives people an opportunity to do business in a less expensive way, and an easier way. But for that, you're going to have to stick to some regulations. It can't be just a free-for-all.
Absolutely. And you're making the point that our having a regulatory environment that is respected internationally actually acts as a boon to potential investment. And when you go abroad, people want to know that if they come in here, they're not going to be in a slapdash environment.
And you know, that's very hard to sell to people in the industry now that have not paid fees or have not been regulated. It's hard to sell to them, and I understand it. It seems like more bureaucracy. It seems like more government taking money from you. But the truth is, it's not. You need to work with us and give us an opportunity to show you that we are going to make a difference for you as business people in the zone.
Yes. Interesting chat. The chairman of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority talking to us about the significance of special economic zones and the important role of the authority in ensuring the growth of this economic initiative. We thank you for your company. Next week we'll be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.